Next item on the agenda, Carlos Cedeno. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hopefully better.
Yes, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Carlos Cedeno.
No, I actually passed somebody else over.
Okay.
Paul P. The easier, I just wanted to say the easier one. Peniello Jr., please. Representative District 26. Is he here? He's not here.
What was the objection to the report? Did he file an objection? Was he disqualified?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 26 player. It's Mr. Pagliarunas.
He does have notice of the proceedings. We just want
He
to
did get
record on
notice of
that.
the proceedings.
He was called.
I talked to Robin.
Well, we'll pass on that one for now, and if he shows he has a little bit more time, we'll come back to him. Carlos Cedeno,
Okay.
Senate District 6.
What's it?
Please do.
My name is Shirley Henderson, and I'm representing Carlos Cedeno. I'm his
Shirley Henderson.
Henderson. I am his campaign manager.
Okay. And the gentleman to your left.
Yes, members of the panel, Eric Anderson, also representing Carlos Cedeno.
Okay.
When you say you're representing him, is he?
We're here because he couldn't make it this evening.
Okay.
Typically we hear from the candidate. Neither of you are licensed attorneys, correct?
Correct.
Let's see what the documentation is, and then we can go from
See if we
there.
can act on it.
Right, but they can't actually represent the candidate.
At a hearing before the Board of Elections, that would be the same as someone going before a court of law.
Right.
So the candidate would have to be here.
The candidate typically would have to be here, or some other licensed practitioner to represent
I
them.
see.
He only received this notice. It was filed yesterday, and he had no way to respond.
Okay. The other two gentlemen here.
Jonathan Hernandez, the complainant.
And
Felipe Hernandez, treasurer.
of the campaign.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez. How should we proceed, Mr. Ocasio?
I think the complainants are here. They should be heard.
Okay, let's start with the complainants.
If you want to limit yourself to argument, you do not have to be sworn in. If you want to present any testimony, you need to be sworn in. Will this be argument only, or do you have facts that you want to present to the board?
I guess argument only. Is argument only just pertaining to what I submitted?
Okay.
Very good.
Yes, I think if you look through the signatures, you'll see a pattern that. If you look at the papers, you'll see a pattern of that somebody else was collecting the signatures, not the candidate, who signed the affidavit on the back. He submitted these all on the same day, yet he submitted multiple documents with 3, 4, 5 signatures on each one.
Do we have a record, just before you go any further, do we have a record of the signatures for the board?
I have all the nomination papers.
And those are the ones that have been accepted or rejected by the canvassing authority?
They were accepted by the canvassing authority.
Did the canvassing authority, what did they do? What was their decision? Did they make a decision?
I don't know. But they qualified Mr. Cedeno.
Okay, they qualified him as a candidate.
Yes, and because he did have more than the required number of signatures.
Okay, so now we have somebody objecting to his qualification as a candidate and is objecting to the signatures. Is that correct?
Correct.
Any further?
Yes. On page 1 and 7, he claims to have collected those signatures, yet 2 people signed both documents. So my contention is if he was collecting them, he should have known those people had already signed.
I can't. We really need to speak loudly as we
On page 1 and page 7, 2 people signed both documents. Both claim to be collected by Carlos Cedeno. My contention is that if they were collected by the same person, he should have known that those people had already signed. In addition, page 7, lines 6 through 16, you can see that the addresses were all written out by the same person. Most likely the person collecting the signatures. And that handwriting does not match that of Carlos Cedeno if you look at the affidavit. And on page 10, where he signed his own name and wrote out his address.
Are you challenging the signatures or the
challenging
fact that the addresses may have been signed, the addresses may have been written by the same person?
I'm challenging that the person who witnessed it did not sign the affidavit.
Based upon the fact that one person may have written the addresses of a number of people, but you're not saying that the signatures for those addressees is invalid.
I'm not challenging the signatures, I'm challenging the affidavit on the back.
So you're saying that the affidavit is invalid, but you're claiming that he could not have been present because
Yes,
some
because-
person wrote the same addresses?
Yes, and there are different addresses, they're not from the same address. There are different voting addresses.
Do you have any other information you want to share with the board?
We got an anonymous tip that he was not the one who was collecting them, but that person will not be
That
here.
would be
That's
what's known as hearsay.
Hearsay, I would say.
We should mark the papers as Exhibit A.
All of them will be about 10 pages.
I apologize, but we should mark your complaint as Exhibit A and then the nomination papers as Exhibit B.
How many valid signatures? This is for state rep.
Yes.
How many valid signatures?
This is actually for a senatorial race in which 100 signatures are required, and he qualified with 111.
Does the board have any questions?
Just to clarify, how many signatures are you saying are not valid?
If just page 7 is disqualified,
How
that's
many?
13.
Give me a number.
Just to interrupt you, you're not saying that the signatures are invalid, you're saying the affidavit
Which
is
will disqualify the form, right?
well, if the signatures were valid, and the person was present for the remaining signatures, the paper itself is not invalidated. Is that what you're arguing, that
Yeah.
the entire paper would be stricken? The board has never, the only time the board has ever taken that position was back in 2002 in the matter involving Abdullah Odx, who was a candidate and signed her own papers as the affiant. The Supreme Court in order rejected that argument, and consistent with the Vlasite decision, said that you strike the names that are invalid. If the affiant was not present for all of the names, the ones that are valid, and he was present for, remain. You don't strike the nomination paper in its entirety, you have to delete those that are actually invalid and only those.
So we would need evidence that with respect to a specific signature, the affiant was not
Present.
present when that person's.
That's right.
I haven't heard any of it.
Or that the signature is somehow not the signature of that person, but so far we've heard no evidence to that effect.
Anything else from the board?
I would move we confirm the decision of the Board of Canvassers. I'll second.
Moved and seconded to affirm the decision of the Board of Canvassers. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it.